Every night, the same thing. Faint, dry whisper, like leaves skittering across pavement. It would start just as I was drifting off to sleep. A soft hiss that slowly formed a single word, Sarah. My name. But stretched out, raspy, as if spoken by someone with a throat full of dust. At first I blamed the old house. It was full of groans and creaks, the kind of place where pipes sang and the wind howled like a lonely ghost. It's just mice, I told myself. A particularly ambitious family of rodents setting up shop in the walls. The sound always seemed to come from the same spot, right behind my headboard. A few nights of this and my patience wore thin. The sound wasn't just annoying, it was personal and knew my name. One night I'd had enough. I grabbed my toolbox from the closet, my heart thumping in nervous rhythm against my ribs. It was almost 3 a.m, the witching hour, and the house was dead silent except for that persistent whisper. Sarah, it sighed. I placed my ear against the cool drywall. It was definitely coming from inside. With a deep breath, I picked up the drill. The bit chewed through the plasterboard with a high-pitched scream, sending a cloud of white dust into the air. I made a small, neat hole, just big enough to peek through. My plan was to shine my phone's flashlight inside and hopefully scare whatever was in there. I leaned forward, my breath held tight in my chest. The air inside the wall smelled stale, like a forgotten basement. I clicked on the flashlight, aiming the beam into the dark void. For a moment, all I saw was the rough texture of wooden studs and insulation. Then something shifted in the darkness. It was a flicker of movement, something wet and alive. I squinted, trying to make it out, and then I saw it. An eye, a human eye, bloodshot and wide, staring directly back at me. It was raw, desperate, and filled with a terrifying, ancient knowledge. It blinked slowly, a single tear tracing a clean path through the grime on the skin around it. A scream tore itself from my throat, raw and primal. I scrambled backward, falling off the bed and landing in a heap on the floor. My mind refused to process what I had just seen. It was impossible. A person couldn't be living inside my wall. But before I could rationalize, before I could even draw another breath, the voice came again, no longer a whisper. It was clear now, close, right on the other side of that tiny hole. It was a low, guttural voice, filled with a chilling relief. It said finally, "You found me." The words echoed in the sudden silence of my room, seeping into my very bones. I couldn't move. I could only lie there, paralyzed by a fear so profound it felt like a physical weight pressing down on me. I don't know how long I stayed on the floor, staring at the wall. Eventually, the first gray light of dawn crept through my window, chasing away the deepest shadows. My terror slowly gave way to a sliver of disbelief. Had I dreamed it? Hallucinated the whole thing? My hand, still trembling, found the drill on the floor. It was real. Shaking, I got to my feet and approached the wall, my heart hammering against my ribs. I needed to see again, to prove to myself that I was losing my mind. But when I looked at the spot behind my headboard, my blood ran cold. The hole was gone. Not patched up, not covered, gone. The wall was a seamless, smooth expanse of white plaster, as if it had been built that way from the beginning. There was no dust, no mark, no sign that I had ever drilled into it. It was perfect, and from deep within, where the hole used to be, I could have sworn I heard the faintest, most contented sigh. Thank you so much for watching.
Ow.
If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more creepy tales. Let me know in the comments what you would have done in this situation. Stay safe, and see you in the next one.